Before I start presenting the Vulnerability Hub solution that is built on the Microsoft Power Platform, I'd like to spend 1 minute on the technology to ensure we are all aware of what the Microsoft Power Platform is. To summarize quickly, the Microsoft Power Platform provides the ability to build low-code to no-code business applications, automate business processes within and between multiple applications, databases, and more. It allows you to build artificial intelligence into your solution and receive rich analytics and intelligent insights through advanced reporting tools such as Power BI. This is all underpinned by the Common Data Service, which is a way to manage and store your data securely. The part of the Microsoft Power Platform that I absolutely love is that it not only democratizes advanced technology, ensuring everyone can build on it, but it's easy to connect to and with data sources required, such as Microsoft Azure, Office 365, and Dynamics 365. However, it is not limited by Microsoft, and you can connect to hundreds of other products out of the box. The platform is already being utilized by millions around the world and underpins some of Microsoft's most large enterprise systems, such as Dynamics 365 for customer engagement, their CRM system, and Dynamics 365 for HR. Now, what I'd like to do is turn to the Vulnerability Hub. What you can see on my screen is the Vulnerability Hub application. I would like to start off by looking at the administrative piece. Now, if we just expand the navigation menu, you can see that there are 4 settings: at-risk groups, accounts, teams, and support types. At-risk groups allows you to quickly track the different risk groups that can be attributed to your contacts, to your vulnerable people. We'll see that later on in the demo, but there are some examples here, such as undergoing active chemotherapy or radical radiotherapy, and then those that have been identified as a transplant recipient. We then have our accounts, which are split into active care providers, active doctor surgeries, and active suppliers. If I go into Age UK as one of our providers, we can see some details that are pertinent to that record, such as the name, the phone, the address, and various other primary contact details that we may have. So although we know it's Age UK, we actually have a primary contact with Sandra Davis there, and we can actually see her number and her email address. We can view the different support types, such as whether they are providing just caring services or cleaning, food supply, loneliness. We'll see this later on inside the application. At the same time, we can actually see different calls that have been missed to that particular account. Moving on, we then have our teams. Teams are related to different outcome requests. So if a request comes out for cleaning support, it then can get assigned to the cleaning support team or to the food delivery team. If I go into cleaning support, this is where we'll see all the team members that make up that particular team, in this case, Marco Cruz. We then have our support types. Here we have 8 records that detail the types of support that we carry out, such as caring, cleaning, food supply, local hub, and more. Now, I would like to take on the role of a Vulnerability Hub representative. I've started my day and I've just received a phone call. I ask, "Hello, how may I help you?" and who is speaking? And first of all, they say, "Hello, my name is William Dorrington." I go, "Fantastic." So I can see William Dorrington is there. I obviously started by taking his name, and the first thing I will do next is say, "Do you mind if we check some of your contact details and various other details to ensure we've captured everything correctly before we progress with your support request?" So straight away I can check personal information, checking that Mr. Dorrington's name and address and various contact details is correct. I can see if he needs a translator and what the language he needs translating from and to is, and any personal notes. And straight away I can see that William has been quite a strong user of our services. Here we can see that he's had 8 food delivery requests with 4 pending, 7 loneliness supports with 5 pending, and so on, with a tally at the bottom. Then I can go and start looking at Mr. Dorrington's medical and care details, taking down the important items such as the NHS number, any doctor details he may have, medical conditions, disabilities and impairments, and any of the care provider and at-risk groups that Mr. Dorrington belongs to. We then have vulnerability details, any items around risk that he may be feeling, such as risk to those going around that may have coronavirus, or any other items we need to record. We can look at his dietary details in case we need to send food out to him. We can look at whether he uses a gas key card or an electric key card, and his living circumstances, household details, loneliness support, and other support. It's important to state that on loneliness support, you can capture the various available communication formats and record the details pertinent to that. Then we have his related contacts. So we can see if we can't get hold of Mr. Dorrington, or maybe he's incapacitated in some way, not allowing him to speak or use a phone, that we have related contacts for him, such as his friend or his sister-in-law. We can then go to communications and see the various communications and activities we've had with Mr. Dorrington. In this case, all activities have been around phone. We haven't recorded any notes. We can see if we haven't been able to successfully contact Mr. Dorrington by viewing if we've had any consecutive missed calls. In this case, we can see that we have successfully contacted him, so this is sitting at 0 so far. At the same time, we can go and view support requests, so any requests that Mr. Dorrington has asked for, and we can actually look at when they were created and how many there were quite quickly from this chart. At the same time, we can look at his support request outcomes. We can see the various outcomes and the status they sit at, the support request types, and any of them of the actual outcomes themselves. Now, if we go back to the task in hand, which was taking down Mr. Dorrington's correct details, confirming with him the details we have, and then moving forward to asking Mr. Dorrington why he phoned today. So this is where we'd start going, okay, Mr. Dorrington, we believe we have all your details captured. How may we help you today? And Mr. Dorrington might say that he's running out of food. So we can see straight away that we got his address there and his dietary details that we can play back if needed. And he may say that he's feeling quite lonely or he needs a carer. If we select needs a carer, we can once again look at any household details. So we can see that he used to have a carer, but they are now sick. So that is fine. Once we've done that, we can save this request and it will automatically generate the outcomes required. We can go to the outcomes now. Now, this all depends on how your council or vulnerability hub representative hub is set up. It might be a case that that's it. They take down the request, the outcomes are generated and it gets passed on to another team. Or it may be a case that one person does everything. So now I can see a food delivery outcome has been generated and a care provider. If we go into food delivery, we can see details relating to this. We can select a supplier if needed. We've got Age UK, Tesco, etc. that are happy to supply food. And we can look at the main contact details as well in case we need to play back absolutely anything at all. What is important to note is as soon as the outcome was generated, it was assigned to the food delivery team. So workers within that team will be able to go in to the request manager within request outcomes, and they will be able to quickly only see the items related to them, i.e. the food delivery team will only see the food delivery items. They can slice and dice this so they can see the action outcomes. We can go and look by type and quickly drill back to various different types if we so wish to. You'll see the pane on the right hand side will filter as I click through. What we can also do from here is look at items by priority. We can look at items by expected date, and we can look at by action outcome as where we started. Now on top of this, we have various dashboards. We can look at a slice and dice view of various data throughout the system. So in this case, we're looking at the request outcome details, so unassigned outcomes, pending outcomes, completed support request outcomes, and failed support request outcomes. On top of this, we can look at contacts miscommunication, looking at active vulnerable persons with missed calls. We can see a slice and dice of how many missed calls, as well as an accounting of all unsuccessful missed calls. So in this case, we have 7. On top of that, we can actually go and look at the support outcome actions. And once again, we get a nice view of what is most in use. So at this point in time, 33 food delivery requests, 22 care provider requests, and so on. Those that are still pending, those that have been completed, and those that have failed. And then down the bottom, we can look at the various expected dates. So we can see on this particular date, there is 111 requested outcomes expected to be carried out.